Yes, a very good evening to you. Welcome to Veneration. I am your host, Verbal Skills. And tonight's guest is Miss Jennifer Bryant, all the way from Philadelphia. And she is a phenomenal diva. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just stay tuned. And guess what? When she gets on the line, I'm going to bring her directly to you, to Veneration, where we celebrate the artist and the art. Miss Bryant, we are going to get you on the line because we are so thrilled to have you all the way from Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Jennifer Bryant. Welcome to Veneration.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Verbal Skills?
I'm doing very well, and how are you doing tonight, Miss Jennifer?
Oh, I'm great.
Good. Sound like you had a very busy day today.
Well, I was telling a lot of people about it. A lot of my people that like to hear my music and support me, I've been telling them about this show and telling them I'll be on the air tonight. So hopefully they can figure out how to log in because sometimes that can be kind of strange when you log in and trying to get into the chat room.
Oh, yes. Well, Miss Bryant, won't you introduce yourself because you have some wonderful music that we're going to get to in a minute. So I'm going to let you tell, the world about yourself in your own words. Please do.
Okay. Well, my name is Jennifer Bryant. I'm a singer, songwriter, and producer. I've gotten into producing my own tracks. I'm very proud and I'm excited because I just released the album. It's titled the Siren song, and I'm very excited about it because I wrote the whole thing, and I'm getting to share my moods and my expressions with the world, and it's been really exciting seeing people's responses to it and just people showing love. I do my music for the love of the art, so it really doesn't matter what's going on. As long as I'm able to create, that's what I love to do, and it just frees my spirit. You want me to tell you more?
Well, go right ahead. Here at Veneration, we celebrate the artists and their art, and we basically let the artists do whatever they want. So if you feel like you want to continue, please do so. Your album cover, the Siren song, that is such a beautiful album cover. Could you describe the process that went into that?
It has the ocean behind me because I spent a lot of time at the ocean when I was writing the songs for this album. I was really inspired from making trips to the ocean. And I had no idea that it was going to even be titled the Siren song until the last minute. I was going to use a different title. But it just kind of all came together. But I feel an affinity with the sea, and I just think that it just probably describes me being in front of the sea like that, and I just figured I just owed that to that element since that's where I got my inspiration for my music from.
And the jewelry, it is a beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen this album cover, she also has a video from YouTube there, and you can see the very, very intense look. And when I first saw it, I said, wow, she's already on a whole nother level. And I heard the song, and it was it took me away as well. In that song, you talk about how the sailors have surrendered to the siren. Can you give us a little more insight to what you were talking about in that particular piece?
Okay, well, you know the myth about the siren, about the sailors, like Odysseus. I don't know how many people know about that. He was a sailor, and they sailed a lot, and when they came back, they had all these stories about these sirens in the sea that sang in this key that was so alluring that it was irresistible, and the sailor would just dive into the sea, and they say that's a myth. It was inspired from that. because my whole album was inspired from all of the time that I spent at the ocean. So, I mean, I just figured I would incorporate that into my music.
So, what are you telling me? You were a mermaid?
No, I figured that, I don't know, that's just what came out of it. I was just inspired by the whole thing, just the energy that I feel by this thing.
Wow, that's a lot of energy right there. That is
Actually, when I wrote that song, I had just come back from, well, I went to Atlantic City that weekend. And when I came back, I was working on the track, and I sang the song freestyle. That's how I wrote it. And there was somebody there with me, and they said, no, record that. And I sang the song straight through, freestyle. And I actually had to learn the song afterwards and sing it over, of course.
Wow. Well, Miss Jennifer Bryant, are you ready for me to unleash one of your cuts? Here is Miss Jennifer Bryant and Get My Groove On, right here on Veneration Radio.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Veneration, Blog Talk's new and most innovative programming. And tonight we have gracing our studios is the very lovely Miss Jennifer Bryant. And you just heard her song, Get My Groove On. I'm wondering, what was all that about, Miss Bryant?
Well, again, I was coming back from Atlantic City, but that time I went to the casino and I had fun. I still was by the water, and I came back and I felt really good, and I wrote that song that night. And
night?
Yeah, I was thinking about having fun and going and hanging out with some friends and letting my hair down and not thinking about work so much, and that's what came out of it.
Wow. Well, Miss Jennifer, I noticed that you make it a point to let people know that you are a songwriter, a producer. You also do all your tracks from top to bottom. What is that process all about? Is it intense, or does it come to you with a great deal of ease?
Well, it was intense. Okay, this album was intense for me. And I'm going to tell you, I think that what happened was it was an accidental, on-purpose process. Like, I was destined to do it, but I did it under pressure because I just got frustrated with going through a bunch of rigmarole with different people and playing games with people just to get a track. And I am musically inclined, so I said, you know what? I'm going to do my own tracks. And I just started building my own tracks because I couldn't wait anymore. Yeah, I just didn't want to wait around anymore.
Wow. And by being musically inclined, you come from a very illustrious family of, great talent. And Do you find yourself taking bits and pieces here and there to develop your own style, or you say, I'm just erase everything I've learned and I'm going to come up with my own unique style and be me?
I focused a lot on having my own unique style, but some things that are embedded in you as a child just won't go anywhere. You know, my father, he's a jazz musician. Hi, Daddy. I don't know if you're listening. He's a jazz musician. He's a singer and a percussionist, and he had that around me a lot as a little girl. And I did go through this rebellion where I did not want to do jazz music, and just didn't want to sound like a jazz singer. I didn't want to get put in a box, even though I can sing jazz, because I've been cultivated that way. I don't want to be put in a box where I'm just stamped a jazz singer, because I do various genres of music. So I would say that I focus on having my own original sound.
Wow, and it's sounding pretty good tonight. I must agree. So, do you have your own studio in the basement? Did you convert a room in your house and put a studio in there? Or you do like most people, just get a real good computer and just go for it?
No, I have a room that I dedicated to that, okay? And some things, like if I need some more work done, like a engineer or something like that, I do my production in my house, and then I go and I take it elsewhere if it's necessary to get some more engineering done on it. But
okay.
As far as recording my vocals and all that, I do that myself.
Wow. And at what point do you say, okay, that's that piece, that's what I'm looking at, or you say, oh boy, it's back to the drawing board?
If I start hating my own song, then something is wrong. And that's when I go back to the drawing board. But if I can listen to it over and over again, like for a whole day, any artist will start hating their song if they listen to it every day, all day. You just start hating your own songs. You don't want to hear it. But like if I listen to it like 7 to 10 times and I don't like it, I can't take it, then it's not complete or something is wrong.
Wow. What was it like growing up in Philadelphia, knowing that you had a musical background? Did you always dream of being a singer, a songwriter, a producer, and ultimately you engineered most of your work anyway?
Of course. I looked up to Michael Jackson, and I wanted to do everything. I admired Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson he's multi-talented. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson was a multi-talented artist. He was like a musical god to me. And I just wanted to do so many different things. I started off with this little teeny Casio keyboard that I got for Christmas. I think I was like 12 years old. And I started writing songs to the little programmed beats that's in the keyboard that comes with it. And I still have some of those songs now that I am going to be releasing. It's really crazy. I've always imagined myself just performing, just doing something creative, even with other people, just all the time, singing, acting, dancing, writing, drawing, whatever. As long as I can create